Hey everybody, I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Genex Things Live. Savage Lee, what's up, Savage? Fashionably early. Now you're right on time. Wayne Beatty, good morning, Wayne. Um, this is kind of an odd show, timing-wise, anyway. Normally, here on the East Coast in the United States, I do my Saturday show in the morning, but I was still over in St. Augustine this morning. So, and I told y'all, let's see, when was it? Friday, I think, that if I wasn't able to do one this morning, that I'd do it this evening, but I wasn't sure what time it'd be. So here I am. I don't think I have a show at 7 p.m. At any day of the week, but this week we will. Now, starting tomorrow, everything will be back to normal. Sunday, the 1st, I believe it is. Everything will be back to normal. But I just wanted to make a live stream today. At least have one today. Chaz, what's up, Chaz? Aloha, buddy. How's it going, man? Glad to see you here. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got these. Joe P. He's not here yet, but Joe P. got us these coins. It doesn't really look like it's coming through very well through over the camera, but they're Gen X coins, the badass generation, before all you sissies were born. And then let's see, 1965 to 1980, raised on hose water and neglect on the back. Let's see if I can get it. But anyway, here's one here. So I put it up here on the nostalgia shelf. So thank you, Joe P. I appreciate that. Sincerely appreciate it, man. That's awesome, dude. Those damn things are cool as hell. Hardwire, what's up, Hardwire? Glad to see you here. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Glad you had a good time, Chaz. It shoots sweet, dude. That's a great thing to have a nice accurate gun that just fits you and shoots and handles right, and shoots straight and all that. That's a great thing. Yeah, I know what you mean. Let's see. Today, um, I was going to talk about AI. I read an article here recently about AI, and it was they had talked to a programmer, one of the people on the inside programming AI, and he wasn't promoting AI. He's giving out a warning about AI, and what's happening is that shit is doubling every 7 months. AI's abilities, its power is doubling every 7 months. It's not doubling every 5 or 10 years or whatever. Every 7 months, that's just doubling. So that's an eye-opening statistic there, an eye-opening fact. Happy headshot compound, Chaz. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And in the article I read, it said that this year, 2026, that basically all the low-hanging fruit jobs are going to get phased out. All the clerical shit, you know what I mean? Answering phones, all that kind of stuff. Those jobs are basically going to be, humans won't have those jobs by the end of 2026. You might, of course, we'll have one here and there, some small businesses, some small dentist office and shit. We'll still have somebody answering the phone for them or whatever. But uh, as a rule, those jobs would just be gone. And next year, 2027, it's going to be the clerical positions, accounting, probably lawyers, writers, especially in marketing and shit. All those marketing writers, their jobs are going to be, all that shit's going to be gone. And next year, and 2028, it'll just be, it'll be able to write full on programs, write code, full on programs, something that would take a team of programmers months to bang out. This thing it'll just be getting cranked out in a few minutes by AI. It'll just zip it on out. You can test it, hit the play button, test it out. If it runs good, hey, nice job. So and that is gonna be such a gut to our economy in the next few years. And it just happens to be coinciding with my thing about 2030. Coming up on 2030, I've been saying something big is coming. And it looks like it's going to be AI. And I think that it's going to be this universal basic income is going to, it's going to be mandatory. And what the hell? People aren't going to be able to live without it unless you're completely self-sufficient. Tank Ferret, what's up, Tank? Glad to see you here. Red Hawk, all right, Savage. Laura Ann, hey Laura Ann, glad to see you. All right, Tank, thank you, man. I appreciate it, dude. Jennifer Andrews, what's up? Underground, there he is. Yeah, yeah, it's costing insanely more each time, and that's why we're seeing all of these huge data centers being built. And I have a inkling that that's got something to do with the acquisition of Greenland. That's just a hunch. Wen Joe, what's up, Wen Joe? Oliver Rust, there he is. What's up, Oliver? Dead Wolf in the house. All right, Dead Wolf. Yeah, do you know what time yet? I'll tune in, dude. Yeah, I've read that too, Underground, that that AI is hasn't generated any return on its investment yet. Yeah, but we're already starting to see jobs being replaced by AI. Uh, but the other day, Gen X Tomcat, what's up? Um, the other day, who were we talking? I'm trying to do something on the phone, and my wife called and she couldn't get it done or something. And she said, but the customer service is really nice and shit. And so I had to call, from work, and I called, and it was AI. I could tell right off the bat it's AI. I think it said it was AI, and she just missed it. But if I can completely see why people would think that it was a real person, but it was AI. So that's a job right there that got hacked out. You know what I mean? And that's just one phone call, and there are lots and lots of jobs being erased. It was in the news that Amazon fired 1,500 here, and so another big company fired another couple thousand there. Yeah, it's coming down the pipe. Whether these timelines are accurate or not, who can tell? How life is. Anything can happen. But I think that they're going to use this AI and this universal basic income bullshit to force the digital ID and the digital currency down on us. And most of us, me included, right now, if they did that shit right now, and uh, I would have to accept it. I mean, just being honest. I couldn't, just take my wife out onto the streets because I couldn't pay any of my bills. You know what I mean? Have her live in the woods because I just want to, stand my ground against universal basic income or any of that shit, whatever it is. But I'm in a separate category because I'm a handyman. Uh, so, it'll take a long time for robots to take our jobs. Mike Fleisner, what's up? My boy Mike, glad to see you here. Rogue, what's up, Rogue? Glad to see you here too, Rogue. Jeffrey Knox. Yeah, yeah, we're getting some cold weather down here, Jeffrey. Thank you. I'm glad you sent some our way. Yep. Automated informant. Yeah, both probably, Tomcat. Yeah, replacing East Indian call centers. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think so, Jeffrey. I just um every 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 time I was having a conversation about this shit the other day, uh every every stage of technology we progress, we get less and less free and less happy, right? People were happy back in the 1600s, back in the 1700s, back in the 1800s. People were happy, you know, but uh, they were happy to have a cook stove and a nice sharp axe. You know what I mean? Now people aren't happy unless they have a thermostat on the wall that they can just talk to. Um, so all this AI and all this technology that we're using the shit out of for convenience, we lose out on it every time without fail. It's inevitable. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, then it'll happen in 10 years or 20 or whatever. It's inevitable if it keeps progressing, unless there's some kind of apocalyptic event that shuts it all down. Rose Alexander, what's up? What AI? What? I'm not sure what you mean. Is that a typo? The word wad, Rose? 13 and 6 inches of snow, Lorianne. All right. Yeah, 15. I remember when I lived in Washington State and it was 10 degrees, between 10 and 20 degrees. And that's not real bad unless it's windy. If that wind is blowing, it's just bitter. It's just miserable. 70 there? Jennifer rubbing our noses in it. Yeah, old semi truck with manual transmission, Dead Wolf. Yeah. Yeah, if AI could pack parachutes, would you trust it? Yeah, I wouldn't. What data really is? It's just codes, ones and zeros. It's just little switches on a hard drive. It's either selected to a one or a zero, and those combinations of ones and zeros add up to video or audio or text or whatever the case may be. So it's just a bunch of ones and zeros on a hard drive somewhere or a solid state drive or whatever in a cloud or on your computer or whatever. That's all data is. And most of our money is that. Most of the money is that right now. It doesn't even exist. I mean, we still have paper currency floating around, but that not nearly equal to the amount of digital, just fake ether currency that's out there. Cooking still chili on your wood stove? Hell yeah, Dead Wolf. Yeah, that's living right, dude. Yeah, Jennifer, you're right about that. Yeah, us skinny people don't do well in the cold weather. Yeah, 25% of total jobs, maybe. That's until they're going to have robots. All of the packing and storing and shipping will be robots here pretty quick. Um, Depending on how Tesla does with their Optimus robot or whatever, that thing is showing signs of dexterity and stuff where they can take jobs of waitresses and uh, whatever else, pick up a tray and take it in table 7. and truck drivers, cab drivers, Tesla's already rolling out the what is it? The smart taxi or whatever. That's all already rolling out. Taxi drivers are losing their jobs by the day to these smart cabs. I mean, it's all over the place. Truck drivers, I think, are like 25% of the workforce, just truck drivers. When that goes now, 25 plus 25 is that's 50%. 50% of the workforce vanishes, taken over by AI, and that's just off the top of our heads. So yeah, it when it happens, it's going to be bad. Oh, famine and pestilence, savage. Yeah, I guess so. But people were still happy, though, I think. A little pestilence, but, give or take here and there. Yeah, what's the big deal? You know, people make a big deal about famine and stuff. And I'm just playing around savagely. You're right, dude. Yeah, it was a lot worse in those regards. What AI are we talking about? Rose Alexander. Well, just broadly, categorically, the AI category right now, right? There are all different kinds of AI. Large language models, they have AI that will write code. They have AI to go into robots that drive cars, all this. So, right now, I'm just talking about broadly generalized AI. Maybe they're just storing all our memories. Yeah, well, they are, Wenjo. Yeah, they absolutely are doing that. Um, that's a fact. But yeah, they have to have buildings to store all of these data centers that run the AIs. Yeah, process data like Underground is saying. But for cloud storage, uh, that's where they store it, in these data centers with the cloud storage part. Amazon Cloud or whatever, Amazon Web Services or whatever, and Microsoft, whatever theirs is called. Old man, what's up, old man? Glad to see you here, dude. Oh yeah. I want to show y'all. Let's see if y'all haven't seen the post. Where is it? Okay. I'm going to show y'all the before and after picture of the. I've been in St. Augustine this week working on a kitchen remodel on a condo on the beach. Uh, for those of you who don't know why I've been kind of here and there the last few days, but here I have a picture to show you of the before and after. I don't know how well you can see it if you're looking on your phone, but it turned out pretty good. But that's what I've been doing over the last week. That's what I was doing this week, remodeling that kitchen. We made all the doors ourselves. Me and one other guy, we did it together. We made all the doors ourselves, painted the cabinets, painted the doors, relaminated the countertop, swapped out the sink and the faucet and stuff. Yeah, Rogue. Yeah, that's what the universal basic income is about, right? And I believe to get that universal basic income, you're going to have to get on the whole digital ID and digital currency bandwagon. Yeah, Rose. Yeah, in a lot of ways. I mean, we have had advancement that make our lives better. As Savage pointed out, we don't have so much plague and pestilence and all that stuff. Um, but at the same time, we're losing a lot of our freedoms. Our lives are more harried. We're under more stress, right? Because we've got to pay the bills every single month. Now, back in the 1800s, you lived in a family home. There was no taxes on your property and stuff. As long as you had a house, you were born into a house, and that was just yours. You didn't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? You all you had to worry about is getting wood to stay warm and to cook with and shit. And or you built a piece of property and you built you a house on it, and it was yours for the rest of your life. Nobody could take it away from you. There weren't all kinds of codes and restrictions and fees and all this shit to prevent you from building a home. You could just buy the land and build yourself a house. Raziel, what's up, Raziel? Yeah, I thought I could fool you with an unscheduled live stream, Roz. Yep. You're hard to fool, dude. You would let an AI operate on you? Yeah, hell, why not? I trust an AI as much as I trust a doctor to cut me open. I don't trust a damn doctor to cut me open. But if it's life or death, hell, whatever's available. I'll let my wife cut me open if it was life or death, to just get it out of there, whatever it is. So yeah. Doc Shelley, what's up, Doc? Glad to see you here. Surprise you? Is that a request, Tomcat? Oh, okay. No, all right. Surprised. Not expecting, but happy. Yeah. I promised everyone that was watching the live stream yesterday morning that I would do a live stream today, even if I couldn't be here to do it this morning. That I would do one this evening. So I'm just keeping my word to everybody. I just got back at like 5 o'clock, uh, and I actually thought I would be home last night, but that didn't happen. Yeah, they can't produce. They can't replace most labor. Yeah, yeah, underground. I totally agree. Central, Jennifer. White countertops. Yeah, everybody loves white countertops. Everybody loves. I don't know. Uh, I don't like it personally, but I've laid so much of that white shit. I'm kind of burnt out on it because everybody picks white down here anyway in Florida. Everybody picks white. It probably other people would probably like it who hasn't seen that exact same countertop 1,000 times in the last 10 years. So thank you, old man. Thank you, Lorianne. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jennifer. Muskogee, what's up? You snuck in here on me, Muskogee. Yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think? I would have, personally, I would have gone with a lighter colored handle. Do y'all like those black handles? I would have just gone with a lighter colored handle for a little more contrast. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I didn't pick the handles, the customers did, the owners. Yeah, we keep making robots that look like us, when Joe. Seems like we would want them to be better and more efficient than us. Yeah, like a shape of a spider or something. Instead of a two-legged, two-armed mammal. Is that what you're saying, Wenjo? All right, Chaz. Yeah, AI can't do that, Chaz. You got that right, dude. Yeah, the robots aren't going to be what was promised. Yeah, that's very, very possible, Razio. Yeah, you're right. Subjects and citizens today are. Yep, I agree. CERN offering lifetime millions for your family so long as your family lives to collect. I have to look up. I've heard of CERN before, but I forget what the hell that is. Yeah, even though you've had a dozen surgeries, Ross. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, who honestly would trust anyone or anything cutting them open? You know what I mean? I just cannot trust anyone or anybody to just cut me open. Oh yeah, you have my complete trust. No, sorry, not gonna happen. AI trans person from Transylvania, Musk. Yeah, oh yeah, Jennifer. Yep. Uh, Working ignorant citizens to pay into the tax structure. Yeah, Jennifer, exactly. So they can have their billions. Yep. You're an it, Muskogee. You've been over there in the West too long, dude. You need to come back over this way. Yeah, Oak. Yeah, Lauren. I would go that way too. Oh, okay, Roz. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with the white. It's easy to clean and stuff. You can see something when something's on there. I've just, like I said, I've just laid so much of it. I'm just bored with the white countertops. Yeah, old man. Yeah. And there's some of us who are going to be safe for decades to come, just like Underground said. They're just, the shit's not going to happen anytime soon. Handymen, uh, like you say, change oil, welding, these kind of things. But if AI can drive a car, then AI can dig ditches. Because you just, the thing goes out there, you give it the GPS coordinates, it can go out there and plan out where to dig the ditch, set the damn thing so deep and drag a ditch. There's a lot of stuff that is a lot of manual labor that is going to go away. Um, and that's just a fact of the way it is. Some sooner and some later. Some, more skilled, dexterous labor is going to be around longer, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Disembodied arm that runs on G codes. You prefer the wood look too, Jennifer? Okay, RR. So you like the black handles. All right. I wish AI would kind of. I kind of wish AI would jump up, and make some big leaps and shit, so we can, legally go out there and start killing robots. Just have the whole sci-fi robot war. That or the zombies. I mean, if AI can come up with a zombie virus or something, that would be cool too. Large Hadron Collider. Oh, okay. All right, Tomcat. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Log cabins, Rose. Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Um, I don't. Lawyers and insurance companies. Well, the lawyers are going to be replaced with AI. They'll fight it just like everyone else is going to fight it. Insurance companies are going to be replacing all of their insurance agents and all of their insurance. There is no physical work, right? It's all digital. So you can have one person running an entire insurance company with AI. So it's going to save them tons of money too, Mike. They're not going to have to pay anyone. Just collect. The roads are going to be completely safe, but there are going to be laws that the businesses still have to insure their vehicles, but the traffic accidents are going to be uh, not an issue. So the insurance companies could just end up, and I say could just end up raking in tons of money off of it, right? Steel kitchen cabinets. Oh, okay. All for $500. That's awesome, Lauren. JPC, what's up, JPC? Glad to see you here. Countertops out of real solid oak underground. Yeah, I love that shit. That's badass. One big cutting board, right? 10 Grizz, there he is. What's up, buddy? Glad to see you here. Yeah, well, Tomcat, really, they're really not that complex to make. It's just having the right tools. You know what I mean? Once you have the right tools, they just kind of you just got to be very conscious of keeping things square and straight when you're talking about cabinetry. Because if the doors are all crooked and shit, and the lines are so easy to see when you have the doors this close together, that line gets wider at the bottom. So yeah, that's the most important part, is keeping everything square and straight. Yeah, I wouldn't think so either, Savage, that self-driving cars are safe yet. I wouldn't get in one of those damn things and let it drive me around. I know that. Me too, Jennifer. Yeah, the older I get, the simpler I want to live. Oh, yeah. No shit. That's all. Those are probably very valuable cabinets, Raziel. Big bank in Chicago just went belly up, 10 Grizz. Holy shit. I heard that the gold and silver just nosedived. I don't know how much now. I haven't checked it, but I heard that they nosedived last night. So, and then banks are going belly up. I heard earlier last year that a couple banks in California went belly up. Yeah. So when you look at that, that's a bad thing, because they're the smaller banks, right? And the bigger banks are just raking in more and more people, and we're forced to go with these bigger monstrosities of banks. No more hometown small banks anymore, and that could be a sign of something beyond the horizon there. Yeah, Tomcat. Yeah, yeah. I love woodworking. I do it as a hobby too. I just love building shit and constructing stuff like that. It's kind of my zen thing. A nice place to visit, but a better place to rob, Wenjo. Yeah. Yeah, I wish some of the bigger banks would go, Tomcat, but we're not going to see that. Yeah, that's the thing, Scott. What's up, Scott? Glad to see you here. That's the thing that I keep circling around to in my mind. Because if you think about it, money, all it represents is our time. That's the value. That's all that has value on this earth, is our time. Okay? So, and they have different values. Elon Musk's time is valuable, a lot more valuable than mine. Okay? Uh, Now, having said that, if AI is doing everything, doing all the jobs, then where is the value derived from? Where does it start at? You don't pay AI anything, so I'm having trouble comprehending where we're going to get value from if AI is doing everything and we're just given universal basic income. We're all just medium poor, right? Uh, what's where is the value? Where is the value of anyone's time? Where is the value of anything? Who gives a shit? So I don't know. It has seemed pointless to me at that stage. AI doing everything for us, and people not doing anything, then nothing would have value. Nothing. Living and active. What's up? Glad to see you here. I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. Yeah, one of the greatest quotes of all time, Mike. And I'm fresh out of bubblegum. Yep. Yeah, this social credit score system, Tomcat. Yep. Yeah, they've had that for several years now in China. Rodney, what's up, Rodney? Glad to see you here. Glad you can make it. Oh no, that's the best way to do it underground. Yeah, getting free church pews, getting free lumber like that, and reusing it instead of letting it just be destroyed. That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, the grift will just keep going. RR. Yeah, somehow. Yeah, rip U.S. dollar, Savage. You got that right. XRP, Chaz. Silver will rally. All right, Savage. All right, Fox. Hey, Fox, what's up, Fox? You think okay? So we got a couple people saying that silver and gold are about to go back up. Lots of banks going belly up. Yeah, and that's a bad sign. Small banks going belly up is not a good sign. AF, what's up, AF? Glad to see you here. Lathe work. I've always wanted to do lathe work, Christopher. I never have got the chance. Just always something comes up. I got bills or whatever. Can't buy a lathe. But yeah, I like watching that stuff on YouTube. That's one of the things I watch is those people turning. They're turning a bowl or a whatever, a, a wooden vase or that shit's just cool, Christopher. Yeah. Overalls too, Jennifer. Yeah, yeah. Nothing's great when you're old. Yep. Yeah. Fox, yeah, cheapen printing all that money has already cheapened our time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the central bank digital currency comes into play, RR. You're absolutely right, dude. We're about to find out, I'm afraid. You pay AI and water and electricity, Robert. Yeah. Yeah, old man, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Uh Measure 8 times and get 8 different numbers. Yeah, I'm with you there. I've got to double and triple check all my numbers every time. Damon Walker, what's up, Damon? Glad to see you here. Yeah, yeah. Where is how much do we value AI's time, Damon? I mean, it's sitting on a server. It's just clicks on a ones and zeros on a server sitting there somewhere. So how valuable is its time? It can multiply itself. I don't know how many times, depending on the processor speed and all that shit or whatever. It can multiply itself 10,000, 10 million times, 100 billion times, and do all kinds of shit at the same time. I don't know, but how valuable is AI's time? Zero, a million, but so I don't know. To me, that shit's zero. Who gives a shit? That's just it's worthless to me. I don't care what AI has to say. Who gives a shit? What some code on a server thinks about a subject? I mean, honestly, uh, the thing isn't living in our world and experiencing and going through what we're going through. It doesn't have to suffer and feel loss and love and pain and suffering and all the things we do. So it AI's time is completely meaningless and valueless to me. Yeah. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, a good point, Robert, because people stacking gold and silver, buying certificates and don't hold the actual gold and silver in their hands. Do they own the gold and silver then if they just have a certificate, especially a digital certificate that says online that they own something, that they paid for something, or and they didn't read all the small print and shit, they just got a certificate or whatever, got an email that you got so many you know, whatever of silver or gold. So that's a good question. Calvin Klein's in the 90s AF. Yeah, Jennifer. And now the AI is making music. All right. They just had an AI country song go in the top 10 of some billboard and shit, and people are loving it and they're clamoring for more. And okay, so there's an industry that will be completely taken over by AI. If I own Sony and I was just sick and tired of these human beings costing me money and being a pain in the ass, and then I see this one AI video single, top the charts. What am I going to do? Oh no, I don't like profits. I like pissing my money away on all these ignorant morons doing cocaine and destroying hotel rooms and shit, and causing problems. I love all that shit. I don't want to just use AI and just make money and make my life a lot simpler and easier. No, there there'll be so many years where where newer talent is not going to be uh, brought up. They're not going to be risen up into the culture. It's just going to be AI. Yeah, we'll still have some clingers on. Some older bands will still be around and shit. Yeah, but eventually, that shit won't exist anymore. It'll all be AI. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Long term, it's going to go up, but like everything, it fluctuates. It's a you know up and down as it goes up. VA will call you on Monday. Is that good news, Christopher, that they're going to call you? Oh, in the U.S. military on February 1st? Huh, I didn't know that, Tomcat. You have three lays, Raziel? That's pretty badass, dude. I don't have one. Measure twice and cut once, Mike. Yeah, that's the rule, dude. Yeah, real music, great music, and musicians. Yeah, real heartfelt, actual lived experience. Yeah, Jennifer, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, exactly. That's another Rose. Um, that's another one there, another topic of discussion there about AI and our bodies are made to be active. And if people are just laying around on their couch all day and ordering Uber Eats with their universal basic income, people are going to get sick. If you've seen Wall-E, where up on that spaceship they were all just big fat people floating around on these floating chairs and sipping margaritas and shit, that's what we're headed for. Except that mixed with kind of intertwined with idiocracy. Okay, because people are getting stupider too, and that's not even a argument or anything. People are literally getting stupider as we go along. So our health is deteriorating and our intelligence is deteriorating uh, as technology goes up. We get sicker and stupider the more technology rises. Building computer chips out of brain cells. That does not surprise me in the least, Rodney. I've never heard that before, but yeah, they were putting that shit in. Supposedly, Pepsi was doing some shit with that with cells before. Um, Whatever, that yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, yeah, but Skynet needs to quit being a little bitch, dude, and kick this shit off. 10 Grizz, in my opinion, then it won't be my fault when my wife has to come live in the woods with me. Skynet's fault. She can't blame me. I didn't do that shit. She'll get mad at me because I'm happy. Fighting against the robot zombies and shit. She'll still probably be pissed off at me, but you know, yeah, living and active. Yeah, no matter how sentient, they haven't lived life. These AI constructs, they have not lived life. They have not earned, they have not earned the same amount of respect or anything that a 5-year-old has. A 5-year-old at least has 5 years of lived experience. An AI doesn't have a second of it. So yeah, yeah, I agree. They haven't earned the right of experience. Yeah. Talent versus show performance. Yes, Jennifer. Yeah. How can you own disorder, Christopher? Yeah. Yeah. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. RR. Yep. Oh yeah. Fox lost their keys. Yeah, just in Bitcoin, billions and billions. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. During exactly, Robert. That's a good, we can't, none of us can really foretell the future, but that makes a lot of sense. Gold and silver will hold value after the shit hits the fan, but during, I won't be trading any critical supplies for gold or silver. Yeah. After the fallout, right, and the dust kind of settles, then gold and silver will start to be traded again. But during, it's going to be beans and bullets and tobacco and alcohol. Those are going to be the currencies. Yeah, I agree, Robert. Show me, don't tell me. No, they don't get it. They don't get it, Jennifer. Oh yeah, no, I don't. It's all gone digital, hasn't Jennifer? No billboard artist can do it without effects and all that shit, or play an instrument or any of that shit. Yeah. Sovereign debt crisis. Tangible, real things, commodities will hold value during this crisis. Government bonds, credit based instruments will lose value. Yeah, RR. We could grow a big honking cluster of neurons, AF. I wish I could buy the world a Coke. Yeah. Yeah, no critical thinking, Scott. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Oh, tumors. Okay, AF. Yeah. Yeah. Not even an average day, let alone a hard day, Jennifer. Yeah, and that's weird to me, Jennifer. No one wants true talent. They want fake show. It's all fake. Have y'all seen that thing about where the one I saw was in California. This guy has an airplane in a big hangar and he just rents it out to YouTubers and they go or TikTokers and shit and they'll go and they'll act like they're getting on his plane and he'll let them take pictures of them getting on his private plane and shit. It doesn't take them anywhere. They just take pictures and wave goodbye to their fans and shit. You know what I mean? And all these people are eating it up. The plane doesn't even leave the hangar. It might not even have an engine in it, but people love it. Oh, you know, it's fawning over these obnoxious, fraudulent fools. That's why humanity really irritates me. Just the shit people fall for and fall in love with, and you know, give their time and energy and their money to. Yeah, not your keys, not your crypto, Chaz. You get leaky eyes when you sing, Ross. That's good. That's real shit, dude. That's reality. That's real feelings. Oh, okay, Scott. 306 days. I clocked three. Well, no, I was probably right around there, probably around the 300 number because I missed a. No, I only missed a few days, dude. I bet I was up around 350, 360. Shannon, what's up, Shannon? Glad to see you here. It's all about money now, and not substance at all. It used to be about money and substance, but now the substance is just gone, in my opinion. Shannon's got a smart house. We're picking on Shannon because she got a smart house. Yeah, cyber attack won't hurt your monopoly money, Christopher. Yeah, underground. Yep, that's what probably that's how original fortunes are made. In hard times, you stockpile essentials. Underground says it here, and then during collapse, you trade 1 pound of beans for 1 ounce of gold, right? Or 1 acre of land. And then when things settle, you're rich. Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, underground, especially in my whole cyclical time theory, right? Because it will rise back up after it collapses. Yup. Grub, guns, gold, and getaway plan. RR, yeah. No, Muskogee. We're not screwed, dude. I'm not screwed unless it hits. It's got to hit. It's got to hang on for a while longer for me to be screwed. I'll be all right if it hits in the next 10 years. 47 until September, AF. You're just a sprout. Just a tiny little sprout. Still green behind your ears, AF. Yeah, that's not a bad plan, Savage. Beans, bullets, band-aids, and bullion. Yeah. You saw a kit. He bought a kit and assembled it with pop rivets. Oh yeah, I think so, Tangriz. Of course, not all of us, you know, but most of us. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Living. You got a sizable collection of acoustic instruments specifically for just in case you meet some cool friends in real life. That's awesome. Yeah. 47 next month, Shannon. Oh, you're just a sprout too. Yeah. Food, medicine, gold will be purchasing land, capital equipment. Yeah. All right, RR. Who Solomon? I thought Bill S. Esquire said that. All we are is dust in the wind, dude. dust, wind, dude. Remember that? Bill S. Preston. That's right. Ted Theodore Logan, Bill S. Preston, Esquire. Yeah, too old to run and too proud to yield. Yeah, 10 Grizz, you got that right. What songs meant and how the meanings change. Yeah, well, I think I'm of the opinion that the songs mean something different to everyone. You know, because I've gone decades thinking a song meant something because it that's the way it hit me when I was, when I first heard it, and then come to find out that it was written about something else. So but I listened to it for 30 years thinking it was about the one thing. So I think I personally just believe that it's the listener. The song has meaning that to them, and to a different meaning for the person that wrote it. Your smart house let you know if your furnace wasn't kicking on. If we have to come rescue you from your smart house, if your smart house goes hooks up to Skynet and partners up with Skynet, Shannon, we're going to give you shit when we get there. We told you so. we told you so, Shannon. Now here we are. We got to rescue Shannon from her damn smart house. So we won't let her out. I try to be, Jennifer. I really do. Um, and maybe that's all I have to offer is just, reality. Maybe that's my only talent is being real. I just, and it's not that I'm morally trying to be on some high horse and be real and shit. It's just that fraudulence and all that fake shit just churns my gut, right? I despise raw carrots, so I'm not up on some high horse talking about I don't eat raw carrots. No, raw carrots disgust me. So that that's kind of where I'm at with that. I just hate the fraudulence and the duplicity, hypocrisy, all that shit that I see all around me every day. It just turns my stomach, and I refuse to be that. So, but I'm not because I'm a better person than anybody else or anything. It's just who I am. And maybe some of y'all can relate to that if I'm lucky. Maybe there are enough people out there who will relate to that, and maybe somebody will find some value in that. And that's kind of where I started this journey, this Gen X Thinks journey, from the mindset I was in. And that's what I believe. Our everything is cyclical. Cycles of millennia, even. Maybe it's every 10,000 years thereabouts. Something calamitous happens thereabout, or 12,000 years, or whatever. And then you have smaller cycles, smaller whirlpools inside the bigger vortex. You have smaller things swirling around in there. Oh shit! Now Shannon's going to convert AS. Or AF. We're gonna have to go save them both from Cyberdyne Systems. Kansas, yeah, yeah, I like Kansas. And what was that? Now I'm trying to think of it. I won't be able to. Demon Seed, yeah, living, yeah. Yeah, well, being disabled, I could see that, they would be, I could see, getting as much assistance as you could, making things as easy as possible. But at the same time, uh, all of us, whether we're disabled or not, me, myself, and anybody else, should, I think, for their own best interest, do as much as they are physically capable of doing. Just staying active and being living inactive. I think that's that's just a recipe for a long life. Yeah, Wenjo. Yeah, yeah, we're in self created cages a lot of times with cell phones and technology and stuff. Wenjo. Yeah. Um, and once, now I have a cell phone and my wife can call me and check on me anytime she wants. If I'm working late, which happens, and I don't keep up with the time. I'm just trying to get the shit done so I can get home and get out of here. I have no idea what time it is. And now she thinks, she might be worried that I was in an accident or something. And she wants to call me just to make sure I'm okay. Now, to take that away from her because I don't want to carry a cell phone in my pocket, you know, that kind of, it's hard to do. It's hard to do. So I would love to just throw my cell phone in an ocean and never pick up another one, honestly. But at the same time, uh, I don't want to. I like being able to check the weather and different things. I can set alarms on my cell phone and stuff to remind me to do stuff. So it's a tough one. Yeah, that might be the whole reason for it. RR patterns of history repeat because human passions never change, and the human heart is the problem that each person must heal. That maybe that's it. Maybe it's that simple. RR. Maybe it must be cyclical because we're humans. Human nature. What would be a good topic, Christopher? Let's see, Christopher. I missed something. Fight the good fight. Case of beer for 1 gallon of gas. Yeah, old man. Broccoli is evil. I like broccoli. I like broccoli, Jennifer. No, nobody talks too much. Not here. Not here. This is the whole point of it. You're supposed to talk. This is the one place where you're supposed to talk and say what's on your mind. No judgment, no bullshit, you know? You got your furnace back in line, Shannon? Oh, that's good. Laugh at her through the windows. Lauren. Oh, okay. All right. You haven't upgraded to smart locks. Is there is there an what's that, a silent yet on the end of that, Shannon? Or are you just not going to upgrade to smart locks? Yeah, nothing new under the sun. RR. Yeah. Possessed haunted house playing music and flickering lights while we're trying to help AF. Oh, wayward son, simple man, fortunate one. Oh, dude, yeah. Now you're talking, living. Yeah, Jennifer. Yeah, Gen X thinks differently. Okay. Yeah, new start. A lot of times is you know every new start is a reset of sorts, right? A new beginning. No, all right, Roz. All right, you just have to keep us posted on the mission. Yeah, I don't either win, Joe. Not really. I hear some stuff on, once in a while. Uh, I listened to part of that song that went to the Billboard Top 10, the AI generated song. I listened to part of it just to see so I could talk about it on Gen X Thinks. But yeah, as far as trying to listen to that shit, no, hell no. So I really, when I'm speaking about the music of today, a, a lot of it is just I'm speaking out of ignorance because I listen to a little bit of it and I don't and it doesn't even interest me at all. So it's not like I've sat down for hours and tried to listen to some of this shit, you know. So I don't have a whole lot of experience with it, but what little I do was, you know, was distasteful. Adaptive crossbows on the other side of it. That's some hardcore shit, living. That's true Gen X zombie apocalypse shit right there. I love hearing shit like that. Yeah. I hope it's true, living. I hope that shit's true, dude. Yeah. No, no, Loran. No, we would have just got in trouble more for calling them. You know what I mean? We would have checked on them. I did. I actually did get in trouble for being worried about my parents. Sometimes they'd be gone too long, and I'd be upset when they got back, and I'd get, you know, I'd get in trouble for that shit. They'd get all pissed off at me for being worried. You know, I'm a 9-year-old kid babysitting my brothers and sisters, and they're 4 hours late. You know, uh, peace of mind and heart, Christopher. Oh yeah, Jennifer. Yep, yep. Street lights came on. That's when it was time to go home. Yeah. The more primitive, the better. I heard one guy, his car fell on him, and he told Siri to call 911 because he couldn't reach his phone. It was in his pocket, and it saved his life. So what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, yeah. We went miles on our bikes. My first one was a Frankenstein I cobbled together from parts and stuff that I scrounged and because you know my parents didn't never bought me a bicycle, but I love that thing. That was my bike. Oh, Razio. Oh, really? They were just whiners. Gen Xers whining. I hope you told them about their shit, dude. You're supposed to be Gen Xers. Yeah, sounding like boomers or millennials or some shit. Yeah, yeah, Robert. We cannot deny that shit with the prices of housing and stuff now and the low wages. You see that you can look at the stats where the price of housing and just basically being alive today has gone up here like this, right? And then the you know the average income has gone, it's risen, but nowhere near like so these kids were screwed. They're getting screwed daily. You know, if they're lucky, they can get a 50-year mortgage and pay it off when they're 75. And, you know, and if they're lucky enough to live another 5 years, you know, then give the government rent for it before the government takes it. So, you know, and then it's completely overpriced. And then AI is taking jobs, you know. So yeah, these kids are, I don't blame them for their nihilistic view on life. Oh, okay, yeah, remembering the key, yeah. Smart locks. That's um, I don't know. I'd still, you know, you can still break a window and get out if you really wanted to. If AI was trying to take, you know, trying to trap you in, as long as you didn't have like some bars that come down on your windows that AI could shut you in. So I don't think smart locks are that big a deal. Yeah, without the phone part. Yeah, well, here's the thing with the cell phone thing. The things that we despise about the cell phone aren't you know the reasons we use it. I don't use their tracking services. I don't I don't want Google tracking me and listening to my conversations and shit. I don't want that stuff. Yeah, if I could get rid of all of that shit, that AI that they're putting in there now, if I could get rid of all the crap I didn't like, I love cell phones. Cell phones are great. Yeah. It's all the bullshit I don't like, the bullshit that I'm not buying, that they're not telling me about. That's what I don't like. I don't like, social media, all that fraudulent shit. It's social media. I don't like social media as a general rule. You get on there and it's just a bunch of bullshit people pretending to be other people. And playing a game of who can outfake the other one fastest and best, so, and the advent of the cell phone is just allowing fake people to be fake on the move. $0.10 phone call home on the payphone. Yeah, Jennifer, I remember those. Mangrove, what's up, Mangrove? How's it going, man? We just don't hear it because it's all too commercial now. Yeah. Yeah, and those smaller bands, those, you know, just smaller bands, those indie bands, they're not going to get the recognition now. They're not going to get in the spotlight, especially now with AI, because AI's already sold out. You don't have to get AI to sell out. AI is a sellout. Itself is a sellout. So shit. AI is a poser. I mean, think about it. It's posing as a human being. AI, it's in its nature to be a poser and sell out. So all the questions are already answered. They don't have to waste time trying to get them to sell out and shit. Oh yeah, having a bike was freedom. Oh shit, yeah, homemade ramps with cinder blocks and a chunk of plywood that probably was sketchy as shit, right? That chunk of plywood is probably kind of rotten on one side and it wobbled and shit every time. And you knew once you launched, you knew that shit was gonna hurt, right? You knew it was gonna hurt, but you enjoyed like that. It seemed like 2 hours in the air, but it was actually like a second and a half or something that you were up in the air, and it was just completely awesome bliss. Yeah, God, I love that shit. Yeah, it was just amazing times. Yeah, if you want to be tracked, you're sick. And the thing is that AF, everybody says is, well, I don't have anything to hide. I don't care if the government could track me or whatever. That's not the point. The point is, I'm a human being with human dignity, and institutions or other people or they shouldn't be tracking me and listening into my private conversations and tracking my whereabouts on GPS everywhere I go. That's the point. I don't have anything to hide, but that doesn't mean I want an FBI agent following me around, watching me take a piss. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's that those arguments just fall flat. Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, they've been illegal for a while. Those three wheelers, Jennifer. Yeah, I remember those things though. Those big balloon tires. Yeah, you can't buy them new anymore. They're not allowed to make them. Yeah, exactly, Mangrove. All music is going to be AI pretty soon, and not long after that, all movies and shit will be just AI generated. There won't be real actors and stuff anymore. Why would there be? Um, it just doesn't make sense from a business perspective. It just doesn't make any sense. I know, I know. Yeah, living. We never learned the secret of the landing ramp somehow. Yeah, landing. No, we were gonna eat shit, and we knew it, but it was worth it. It was worth it, and we do it again. Yeah, So yeah, that's I think that's a mentality that Gen Xers have that a lot of other generations, older and younger generations, don't have. That we know that the pain is worth it, right? We know the cost, and we're willing to go through the fire to get to the other side. Yeah. All right, everybody. SD9, what's up, SD? I gotta wrap it up. It's 8:15. So let's see. What do we got going on? Sprinkle. What's up, Sprinkle? Glad to see you here. Let's see. Tomorrow, we've got two shows tomorrow. The members discussion in the morning. That'll start at 6 a.m. Eastern time. And we're still on the subject of ancient technology. I've done a little research. Is Hurst in here today? I haven't seen Hurst. Oh, so anyway, Hurst and Laura Ann made a couple of suggestions, and I did some research on them. So I'm going to be able to speak with my limited my limited intelligence on these subjects that Laura Ann and Hurst have brought up. But I'm gonna put my 1.5 cents in, and but they're a good damn discussion. I love them. Yeah, we focus down into a certain topic and just drill on that, and it's fascinating. So I hope to see you members there. It's a great conversation. Let's keep it going. I love those things, so I'm really glad we started them. All right. And then tomorrow afternoon, everyone, is the 4 p.m. live stream. And that's the big live stream. That's our 2-hour show, right? We talk about what might change we might change subjects, 10 times throughout the 2-hour show. But that's awesome. I like that too. It's just a free for all, but it's a great one. So, I invite you to both of those shows. They're a lot of fun, very interesting. And I will say goodbye to AF, Damon Walker, Jennifer Andrews, Joe P. Joe P, there he is. Look, Joe P. Look what I got, Joe P. I told everybody about him earlier. Everybody thank Joe P. And here's the one. That's the one. See it right there on the shelf behind me, Joe P? Yeah. So goodbye to Joe P, Raziel, Tin Grizz, hanging with Christopher, Old Man, Gen X Tomcat, Living and Active, Win Joe, Raziel, Scott Bonata, Robert Korsberg, RR, Electronic Music Underground. I saw my boy Mike Fleisner was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but goodbye, Mike. Who else we got? SD9. Did I say Laura Ann? Well, Laura Ann deserves 2 goodbyes. So goodbye, Laura Ann. Who else we got? Let's see. Bond Dam. I didn't even see you get in the chat, Bond Dam. So goodbye to you as well. You snuck in here on me, and I didn't get to say hello, but I do get to say goodbye. Okay. I think did I say Wenjo yet? Rose Alexander. Goodbye, Rose. Shannon, did I say Shannon? All right. I know I said Raziel, Robert, old man. Okay, I think I got everybody. Muskogee Land was here. All right. Savage Lee, too. Savage Lee. All right, so if I did not call out your name and say goodbye, I apologize. Dead Wolf Resistance. I apologize, but I appreciate your time. Sincerely and truly, thank you for showing up and hanging out with me. It means the world to me. Sincerely. I just can't thank you enough. So thank you very much. And this spiel is for Joe P. Because and right there's his contribution. To everybody who missed it earlier, that Joe P got these coins for us to put on the nostalgia shelf. So everybody thank Joe P. That's awesome. Thanks again, Joe P. So this spiel, which everyone has been waiting so patiently for, is going out to Joe P. All right. Thanks again, Joe P. I appreciate your support, dude. You don't know how much it means to me, man. So thank you very much. All right. Stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, it's only $2.99 a month, and I'll put that link down in the description, or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. But I really appreciate all the support from the members out there. This is the members banner here, and I really appreciate these people. They support the channel directly through memberships, and it helps out a lot, so thank you very much to all the members. If you're interested in Gen X gear, we got some pretty cool stuff over there at Redbubble. Gen X things and Gen X branded stuff, t-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. But I'll leave that link down in the description too for any of you who are interested. If you have any ideas for future episodes of Gen X Things, please put those down in the comments, or you can email us, and the email is genxthings@gmail.com. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.